Hello? Hello? Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is your boy, Professor Rush. So I know this has basically been a dead channel for about 2 years. But I just wanted to come on in and let you know that, I've been working on a comic book. So I've already done some work on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start doing this, alright? Alrighty. So, I'm gonna flip on some music because there's a good chance you're not gonna hear from me. Figured since the story, or at least the scene I'm currently working on, is about a guy who's trapped in a cave with his weird little cat creature. I figured I'd play something that sounds very, very basement cave undergroundy. So this is from A Hat in Time, and let's go. Yeah. Right. So, for those of you who don't know, I have already gone ahead and published a book, and I'm currently working on the sequel right now. The book, unfortunately, is currently only available on Amazon and whatnot, but I don't even know where I'm going with this. That is a bigger foot than I was intended. Let's see if we can work on that foot a little bit. That kinda works. Um, so for those of you who don't know, I'm currently just going to be using GIMP. It is free software, and I've just used it because it's free. I know there are other softwares out there, but I decided not to use it. This audio is a little bit loud. There we go. Alright. So... Hello? Hello? Okay, still, that is... Yeah. Geez, this is... I'm having a little bit of streaming issues here. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, like I said, I'm working on a little cartoon right now. That's where I've been for the past 2, 3 years. Uh, no. So, so I just want to ask, anybody in the chat, what, what's like some music that gets you all like, thinking something is all dark and creepy, you know? Um, for me, I'm quite partial to pretty much any video game music from Nintendo. Now, I know Hat in Time isn't really a Nintendo game, but dude, I'd totally be down with Hat Kid being in Smash. That would be awesome. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, this is what I'm currently doing is I'm laying out the outline for the shadows. I'm really trying to think these things through and thinking like, how am I gonna drop my shadows, right? Because if you look at it, he's got a very interesting face. He's not necessarily got like a normal face you'd actually see a human have. So, yeah. I do apologize for the fact that all of this is just having some of the worst look out there. I'm going to just go ahead and put this right here. Now, for those of you who have no idea who I am, well, congratulations. You joined the crowd of most human beings. I think I'm going to draw a shadow right here. Maybe a little bit of something right here. Let's get rid of that. That doesn't seem to work. So the story is actually about a little angel boy who got kicked out of heaven for being a brat. And he got kicked out of heaven for being prideful. Now, this is not meant... Yeah, dude, I work my ass off on these. And yeah, so it's about, this is not meant to be any like religious text of any sort. It's just meant to be a fun little adventure. That having been said, has anybody ever wondered why like the heavens and whatnot in media tend to be very Roman looking, for want of a better term? They seem to be based off of like Roman architecture or Greeks, when, I mean, they don't really have, like, the heavens as we see it. So, yeah, that's just kind of a random thought going through my brain right now. So I'm going to give him a shirt. I've got a shirt. This guy is named Gabor. He's a big macho manly man. So he's going to be running around in, this is his outfit. So, yeah. This is kind of what I'm going to be working on. Now, I know nobody's watching this, and that's alright. That is perfectly alright. But then we're going to shrink that, and we're going to go into our characters, and we're going to ink this guy. So, yeah. Give me a minute. Let me go over here. And... yeah, alright. Oops, I hit that. So then you're going to go here, I'm going to go into my inks, and I'm going to use this brush, and see what it has here is it has this thing called smooth stroke, and that really helps me improve my drawing. Now I'm going to tap that bad boy out. We're just going to be doing this. So, yeah. Let me know if there's anything wrong. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we are going to hit here. As you can see, I don't really have the cleanest hand strokes, like, at all. Inking is actually an issue of some of mine I'm trying to work on. But it is a fun thing to draw, I'm not gonna lie. See, now we got the boot. A line here, a little line here, a little line there. Boom, you got yourself a boot. Now, I know next to nobody gives a crap about this. It's gonna be drawn for a while. There you go. Yeah, it's the same layer. No, dang it. So, what is like yo? Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna ink here. Um, so, yeah, currently just live streaming. Um, so, I just put in the basic info. I put in I'm back and doing some art, y'all, and you my spell check has no idea what that is. It has no idea what the word y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on his head. He's got a boxy head. He's gonna have that. Those are his ears. That's his ear right there. The reason I picked his art style is it's very cool. It's something I like to draw, and that's very important. Is just make sure you're drawing and whatnot something that's good, but also something you enjoy doing. Like, don't let me or anyone else tell you that you can't draw, because you can if you put in the time. Because I've had people come to me and they're like, "Man, you're so all right. How come I'll never be like that?" And I tell them, "I mean, do you want to practice? I mean, if you want to practice, you can go for it. You know? I think you could. I think people can do anything if they really set their mind to it, and not in the sense of like, oh well, I want to, but I'm not going to put in the effort. I think it requires a lot of effort, and it's hard, you know. Um, but I think the important thing is to just go out there and see what happens. You know, like what I'm doing right now. Sorry, I need to like have a script where I can just, or at least like something where I want to talk about talking points. So yeah, that's what the music's here for. Is it helps me. Otherwise, there'd just be a lot, and I mean a lot, of dead air, and nobody wants that on their live streams, you know. So that is a thing. So now, where have I? You might never be asking is the fact that I have moved out of my folks' place, which is nice. Got myself an apartment, um, and I figured, now I'm gonna have my own place. I can start working on my own stuff. So I decided to bring my stuff on to the internet. This is probably like the most boring stream you all have ever been a part of. I need to bring. I've got a friend of mine who's helping me write this story. I should probably have him come on board, because I think it's hard to just talk to yourself, you know? So I'm gonna try to talk to my writer friend and see if he would ever be interested in coming on to one of these streams. Um, yeah. Nope, that is not a finger. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna, that, it's, no, that's not right. See, like, I know one girl, she was telling me her art teacher, was telling her to never use her eraser. Which to me, that's just absolutely ridiculous. This is, I mean, that is ridiculous. Um, so yeah, I just find that to be funny. Because, I mean, you know, we all make mistakes. That's part of being human. And, you know, if you make a mistake, you want to be able to go back and fix it. Ask her why the teacher said no erasers. I'm sure he's got some sort of like ancient Mr. Miyagi knowledge that's just so above everybody else. So it's like, you know, wax on, wax off kind of shenanigans going on. But I don't know. I need to ask her. I need to say, hey, why'd your art teacher not let you use an eraser? This is, if you, and I mean you, if I mean anybody, got any ideas for a future stream, I'd like to take, you know, some ideas. I'm open to ideas. There's something about that foot. There's just something about that leg that just is not doing it for me. Why is that? Try that again. That foot looks even worse. That is a worse foot. Boom. There we go. It looks even worse too. You know, we're just gonna leave it for now. Yeah, this is not going well. We have. I'm gonna change my stream options. Because it looks like we're having issues. Give me a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna change my stream options because it looks like we're not doing well. Alright, so I'm gonna change my stream options. Where are my video? Stereo, that's audio. Alright, well, lesson learned, you can't change audio options in the front. Yeah. Hope you all are liking this very bad music. I wish I had something. This is just uncomfortable and really bad. Still better than the Mighty Number 9 live stream. Actually, that was a low blow. Alright, this music is getting on my nerves. Well, not really getting on my nerves. I actually love this music. Let's do... Anybody... We'll do this one. In case you can't tell, I'm a big fan of A Hat in Time. Really, I think that was just one of the best games that came out that year. I love A Hat in Time. It's a very fun, creative game. I think it was just good. You know, they don't make 3D platformers no more, and hopefully with like the rise of Super Mario Odyssey, A Hat in Time, and Ukulele, people realize that that was a fun genre of games. Like, I have fond memories playing. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I completely understand why, but I have very fond memories of me and my family playing Donkey Kong 64. I really enjoyed that game a lot. I thought there was it was just that there was a lot of, I don't know what's the diplomatic way, but there's a lot of atmosphere you just don't get in other games. Like, it had a very moody atmosphere that was still fun and whimsical, and still very much Donkey Kong. But it was, I don't know, there was just something about it with that kind of oppressive feel, with King K. Rool taking the laser to you if you quit the game, which was really really dark if you think about it. But that's kind of what made it fun. Was there was this, it was a sense of childlike whimsicality, but also this really dark tone with it, if that makes sense. Yeah, and that's the wrong layer. It was great, and I'm not gonna lie, it was just a fun game. That having been said, should they make another one? Probably not. I don't think so, if ever. But I think a lot of it was pretty good. It's interesting because I think the team that did Donkey Kong 64 also did the Donkey Kong Country series, and the team that made Banjo-Kazooie made Donkey Kong Country 3. And I think it's very funny that one team created one of the best 2D platformers of all time, and that would be Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2. But another team that really dropped the ball with 2D platformers were just masters at making 3D platformers, and the ones that were masters at 2D platformers were not so great with 3D ones. So another thing you can do is with this layer, I don't know, it's just something I find fascinating. Is you can come in and you can go into your pencil layer, and you can just see how the overall inking works, and it looks pretty much spot on with what I'm trying to go for. I think it's very, I don't know, I think just art in general is something fun. I need to do it for another time, but I'd want to talk about like my opinions on art, but I think I'll say that for another day. Yeah, sorry about that. I just hit the mic. So, yeah. I need to do one where, like, an art stream where I'm just doing nothing but, like, just discussing art and, like, talking about what makes good art good, if that makes sense. Or at least my opinions on the art. Because I just think that'd be really good. Alright, that would be something I would enjoy a lot. That would be just something I'd be really cool with. Now, I know absolutely nobody is watching this. Which, you know, people talk about, you know, complain about, oh, I'm low on the, you know, I'm not as popular as, you know, insert YouTuber they're really fond of or whatever. And even though I'm making jokes about the fact that nobody's there. You know, just make what, you know, makes you happy. Unless it's crap. But even if it's crap, like, here's the thing. Like, a lot of people say, you know, oh, I can't start out making this, or I can't start out doing this. And I'm like, listen, you can. Oh, but my first video comic, what, you know, animation, Swiss roll, it's gonna suck. Let me tell you this, okay? This stream right here absolutely sucks. Alright? It is a current garbage fire. I am having so many issues with my internet and whatnot. But I'm gonna keep doing it. Alright? And I'm gonna keep doing this. And then eventually, I'm going to get better at this, and eventually it won't suck as much. Yeah. It's a little life advice, a little heart to heart with boys and girls in the audience. So, yeah. Probably sounds really weird. I'm eating applesauce. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this page, and we're going to call it Quitsville for now. This is some of the... So this is my picture. So I draw the character in the arm with that little lump right there is because that's where actually like your shoulder blade really is. And whatnot. It's interesting, to say the least. I'm quite fond of this. I'm gonna try something. Give me a minute. I'm sorry this being like me all over the place. So, yeah. Just gonna go ahead and try something. Anywho, that's why I put that there. That shows the shoulder blade. Yeah. This is a thing that is going on. This is a interesting little work that I am currently doing. I need to have people on here because this is really hard to talk with there being nobody there. Like, I feel like you could talk a lot more when you got somebody to talk to, and that's why I think like a lot of radio shows and whatnot, they'll usually have more than just one person. Like, there's usually the main guy who talks, and then they have like the producer, and the producer's the one just, you know, sitting there talking, you know, just help push the conversation forward. Because I'm running out of things to say, really. You might notice that, like, all of my characters are drawn off model. And that's just kind of how I'm currently drawing. Because that is an aspect I really need to work on. Like, I don't even have a character model for any of these characters. Which I really need to do. that having been said, I'm focusing primarily on like expression work, like how expressive these characters can look, rather than whether or not I can draw a model. Because part of drawing and whatnot is, at least from what I finding something that you like to draw first, if that makes sense. And another one is finding aspects you're good at, and not saying never try new stuff or never try improving. But if you're gonna create something, play to your strengths is what I'm trying to say. That was terrible coming out. That looked terrible. And you're probably saying, Josh, why aren't you, doing what everybody else on YouTube's doing? Why aren't you out, creating reviews or, like, commenting on other people's... Well, nothing against commenters and whatnot. And heck, like, I mean, I love, like, movie reviews and whatnot. A lot more than I probably should. But, everybody's talking about what they want changed, and nobody's actually out there changing it. Which, they all say, they want something new and they want something fresh. They're tired of the Cal art style. Which, I don't have too many qualms with the Cal art style. I don't hate it. Okay, for the next stream, unfortunately, I'm going to have to be, like, super, super low. Quality, like video quality. Because the resolution I'm doing at is HD, and my internet is not doing well with it. Which sucks, but is also the nature of the beast. Now, inking, the reason I'm live streaming the inking is just because this is the most boring and tedious aspect of drawing for me. Like, I can't stand inking. Well, let me back that up. It's not that it's terrible. It's just that I can find it pretty tedious, and I need something. So yeah, I'm gonna up the audio oddity. Can't talk today. I'm gonna up the audio quality, and I'm gonna just let the music play. This one I have to do with, And the train is coming. I am gonna go ahead and turn this down. And alrighty, now we are back in business. I do apologize for that. There is a tree near my apartment, and it just goes absolutely insane. It's really loud. It is about like less than 50 feet away from where I'm currently sitting. Um, don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that is a place in which I have done a thing. What? Anywho, back to my little doodles. So I'm pretty much almost done with the inking process. I have a special plan for like the backgrounds. You'll all see in a minute. But yeah, that is not a nose. That is something that could resemble a nose, but that is not a nose. This can be the eyeballs. This is Philos. This is Gabor's really weird cat creature. Alright. He's got this weird cat creature thing that's got... Oh, got to put in the side things. Both Philos and Gabor are heavenly beings. Or beings from the heavens. That is to say, yeah. I just kind of always wanted to do a little fantasy adventure that gets us away from, like, orcs and goblins and things like that. Don't get me wrong, those things are awesome, but, you know, we're just surrounded by things that are orky, orcs and goblins and things like that. Listen, I love Tolkien. Tolkien's awesome. That having been said, you know, part of the fun of fantasy is you can make it whatever the heck you want. But we keep coming back to, like, the orcs and goblins and all that stuff, and it's kind of boring, honestly. Why don't instead we just take the lessons learned from Tolkien, like how he went about creating the fantasy world, and just create it. Yeah. Um, just create our own. Now, see the thing with GIMP, and I wonder if this is just with painting softwares in general, is that we sometimes won't get these little nooks and crannies. So we sometimes won't get the little nooks and crannies of the character. Anyhow. What happened to the torpid tunes? You know, it will just not have it. Anywho, thank you all for giving me a chance to let me try this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let me finish this up, and I think we'll call it quits after this inking. This was like an hour. I gotta find a way to faster ink things, you know? That having been said, if you know anybody who knows how to ink fast, or you guys in the chat have any idea, have any tips on how to ink pretty fast, let me know. Light it up, and I will go ahead and learn faster ink. This is like the most boring stream you all have probably ever listened to, isn't it? Like, cause it's not easy streaming on your own when you're doing like a project. Like, if I see why like live streaming video games is so popular. It's just, it is, because it's relatively speaking kind of easy, and it's just a lot more engaging than what this is. See, so we got the little cat, got the shadow of Boar. Oh, I forgot to do his hand here. See, that is something I'm not necessarily good at. because I'm not necessarily good at keeping track of what I've done and where I've done it. Oops, wrong brush. I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. He also carries around his halo, because I just thought it would be super cool if he could, like, wield his halo. Kind of similarly to how Thor wields the magic hammer. But, yeah. And I'm going to show you a little shadowing technique that I'm currently pretty proud of, even though I didn't actually invent this. This is cell shading. You see it in a lot of animated shows and whatnot. And how it works is you're going to create, like I already have it created, but if you go in here and you create one like layer, like see I have all the layers and stuff, and then just create a layer here called shadow, alright? And what you're going to do is you're just going to, similarly to how you're going to be working on other things, you go like here, you put it here, here, it's like the shadow's hitting his nose. Now, you're probably asking, why am I doing this? Which that is a legitimate question. Why am I doing this? I am drawing this because I am having fun with this. What? See, like I said, I can't really, it's hard to come up with topics to talk about when you don't have somebody else to help, like, feed into your ideas. Okay, next live stream I'm definitely going to be doing, gonna try to see if I can bring somebody on. Yeah. This is like the worst live stream ever. Yeah. Okay, this is... I'm gonna go ahead and close up the stream. This is not working out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving it a shot. I've been going on for about an hour. I wish I had it all finished, but for now, this is what I got, and I'm pretty